First Coast is doing its part to help people affected by the hurricane. As we reported yesterday, several JEA crews left for Louisiana to help restore power. And today, On Your Side's Robert Bradfield spoke with one man who drove from St. Augustine earlier this morning to lend a helping hand.
Daybreak brought heartbreak for those in the path of Hurricane Laura.
My daughter's over there. She goes, Dad, everybody needs help. And, we have people and we want to give back and go help where we can.
Jeremy Patterson has family in Louisiana, so the decision to make the 11-hour drive to Lake Charles from St. Augustine was an easy one.
We're thankful in life, and we wish that there was everybody's okay and there's no damage, but unfortunately that's not true.
Patterson's construction company is in charge of relocating the Confederate monuments in St. Augustine. He left a crew behind to continue that work while others are making the drive with food and water, ready to be handed out for those who lost everything. Patterson knows the struggles of starting over, having lost his home in a tornado 20 years ago.
The one thing I'll never forget was this lady came up to me across the street. She goes, I'm sorry. I know you feel like you lost everything, but there isn't tomorrow. And she gave me a hug. And ever since that, I will continue to share the love and pay it forward.
The First Coast finding a way to help others in their greatest time of need. Robert Bradfield, First Coast News, On Your Side.